Hello. How are we all doing? It's nice and quiet here now at the moment because the kids have all gone to school. They've all gone back. Hoorah. I say they've all gone back. They've all gone to school today, so I haven't got anybody home to annoy me. Even my wife has buggered off to go and see a friend. So I've got a few hours before she gets back and the noise starts. So I've had a quick clean up of the house. And I thought, right, I'll do a review on this that I went and got yesterday from those absolute delightful people at Model Works in New Haven. Model Works in New Haven. Way! How you doing, guys? And yes, this came all the way from Singapore. And I'm not talking about that silly badge there. That's my modelling channel with the white bit missing. But never mind. We won't go into that. So, what is it, you ask? Well, here we go. I have been hunting around for one of them for God knows how long. And the wonderful chap Mark at Model Works, he posted it up and I said, cool, I've been after one of them for a long time. And I thought to myself, you know, am I going to be able to afford that? You know. But the answer was, yes, I will be able to afford it. So I said to him, you know, if it's still there when I get paid, I'll come and grab one for you. He said, don't worry, it's got your name on it. It's going in the shelf up the top in the storeroom. The only one, the one and only, done 10,000 miles from Singapore to here, and bless him, he's a man of his word, and he kept it aside for me, and I've now got it, and I'm so chuffed, absolutely chuffed to bits. I've got this. I've got the D version, but when I went to go and get this, Kitty Hawk went bankrupt, or whatever happened to them, they ceased trading, and these things went through the roof in price, and I just can't justify myself to pay 200 quid for a kit that's not 200. This is definitely not 200 quid worth of kit. So Model Works, thanks to Mark, you're a dear. Love to you and your family, mate. Andy, who was there in the shop yesterday when I went to get it, and Lisa, the lovely Lisa, thank you very much, guys, for the chat. It was wonderful. Yeah, great shop, mate. If you're in the area, if you're down in Sussex, whether you're on holiday in a campsite in Seaford or New Haven itself, I don't think there's many campsites in New Haven. Model Works, it's on the industrial estate. You can look up on Google, and it'll give you the directions on Google Maps. Even type it into Google Maps, and you'll get directions straight there. But yeah, so I've got one model on the go for Model Works at the moment, which is an Audi British touring car, BTCC. So I've got to get around to finish that, but I had to have a couple of other projects first that I had to do for a rather large model manufacturer. So I've had to make a couple of models for them and get them shot. Once I get them shot, that's it. I don't have to worry about them, then I can concentrate on other things. So, what is in here? What do you get for your cash when it comes to something like this? Well, let's have a look. So, I'll take the lid off. And we'll put that down there. And oh mate. So straight away we get an envelope. I knew what was in here for one, which was the jet can. This is a resin. Hang on, let's move the light back over here again now, because otherwise it's looking a bit like there's a thundercloud rolled in. So yeah, anyway, this is the jet can. So it's not res kit standard, and there are a few imperfections in it, as you can see there, and there's another one there. And as we go round, there's another one there. So it was obviously joined in 4 places like that on a sprue, and they've cut the sprue off and they've given you this bit. It's not bad, you know. If you just want to use this, you can. I remember on my D version, this didn't quite look like a proper circle like this one does. And this one's a lot better. It was all flat on one side, and I had to put a... I'm not sure whether it was a... I don't think it was a Tamiya jar lid, no. But I had to put a lid off of something in there to make it go back being round. I think it might have been something like this, so like that. So, you know, the AK Extreme metal paints, the jar lid, put it in there like that, and it kept it round. But of course it was in there for quite a while, and then in the end I think it was Res Kit that did a jet can for it, and you know, did the proper tube, and in the end I ended up buying one of them. But obviously, you know, since this is I don't know whether I think they are due to come back on sale. There is a site that does do them. He's got them up for sale, but I've not bought from him. I don't know anyone that's bought from him. Seems genuine enough. I won't give the name out because obviously I don't want any comeback if he's a dodgy bloke. So, but if you look around, you will find him on the internet. And then this one is just a pilot. This is not reed oak standard. I can remember when this thing first came out. The only one they did a pilot for was the 2000, which again, if we have a look at him, there he is. So he's not bad. But the thing is, he's got no, you know, there's no pouch. He's probably, there's a few pouches there, but normally they have a little bit of pouch bulk at the front. Pockets aren't bulging, they're pretty flat, so perhaps he's a display pilot. After all, we get a few display aircraft options in here in the decals, so yeah. But he's not bad. He's not bad, but he's not reed oak standard. And then that's his arm. So there he is, like that. I did see one once that someone chopped that finger off, heated and folded the thumb down and put that finger in the middle, giving it that. Don't know whereabouts that was, but I remember seeing it a while ago on a forum. Well, so a while ago, some years ago now, probably when it had not long been out and someone did it. But whether they put him in the aircraft, I don't know. So you get a little packet in there, and that is the packet for the fighter pilot figure and the exhaust. Then you get a box, and in here, like anything, it's the clear parts. And yeah, flipping heck, they're good. They've got a seam line down the front of the clear part and down the middle of the hood there. Now, like I say, I've not had the C, I've had the D. If you get the D, you've got to hunt around for, I think Res Kit now do a proper cockpit set for the D. I had a 3D printed cockpit set that came from a guy in France, because at the time there was nothing out for it. It did the correct wheels, it did the proper thing. I think I did when I was doing it. I did my YouTube channel, I did a thing on what he produced and where you could get it from. And yeah, I think he made a few sales because he was quite chuffed anyway. So I don't know if he still watches my videos. His name is Eric. Was it Eric? Yeah, it was Eric. Anyway, with the D, when when Kitty Hawk made the D model, it was based on the B. And so with the D, it's a totally different setup in the cockpit, but it had a B cockpit, not a D cockpit, which is why you have to change the entire cockpit. So that's on the D version. Also, there was some other bits and pieces that he gave us, but on the whole, the glass. Looking at this is like for all your flare pods. The pieces here, I mean, they're that clear. Look, they're virtually invisible in that bag. There you go. But they are good. But the canopy needs a little bit of a dusting with maybe a razor or something, just to scrape that line off, depending on how thick the line is. But it's not too bad. We're modelers, you know what to do. So you just get the line and sand it down with a glass sanding stick. Can't remember where I got these from, but these are ultimate sanders, modelling sanders. And in there you get this, and this is the glass. So you sand with that, because that's what it is. 3,000, 12,000. Yeah. So one end, this end is the 3,000, and this end is the 12,000. And then you turn it over, and that side is your buffer, and then you polish it up. I'll put that back in there. The other ones I haven't used, but the glass one, yeah, I've used. So that's your glass in a box. Great stuff. We'll look at these in a minute. That's your plans and your decals there. Possibly a bit of metal etch. So the aircraft itself, I'll tell you what, let's just put this aside. And then I'll put that there. And then I wonder if I can somehow, look, I'll tell you, I've got to sort this desk out. Everybody I know has got a clean, tidy, beautiful looking desk. Me, I don't know why I've got all this crap around here. And I went out, when I was out yesterday, I thought to myself, I'll pop into the range and see if I can get a standalone set of drawers like I've got just down there, but they're all full. And see if I can get something where I can put all of this in them drawers and have a cleaner desk. Christ, this ain't going to work, is it? Like chips fizzling in a frying pan, listen to that crap. Right, here we go. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to clear all this stuff off. Whoa, it's now starting to get on my nerves. Right, looking at it. Yeah, I mean, there's your cockpit. There's your cockpit, the instrument housing, the instrument front panel, the heads-up display panel, and the back panel. It's all sits on there. I think these are gun vent panels. That's the panel that goes in there for the oxy bottles. So maybe I should just zoom in. So it's quite, detailed. You can see I don't know if you can see the rivets, probably there on the thing. And then let's just turn it around. So there's your instrument panel, and then where's it? There's your heads-up display, and then the back panel. So there's your cockpit tub, and then your instrument housing and the shroud. These are mesh panels. Now, ResKit do the cockpit for this, so I think I'm going to save me pennies again and see if I can get a ResKit cockpit. Yeah, that's right. For it, but I will make this one up to show you what can be done with the kit cockpit, and then hopefully I can get the ResKit cockpit and show you what happens with that one. What is this? Something stuck to my leg. Right, that's that panel. So that's your main fuselage and a few bits and bobs that go on it, including the cockpit tub in there. Very nice. Very nice. What have we got next? So the next one, so we'll go with the big ones. There's only a few of these. So, wrong way. So this I'm getting on my words. Why am my tongue going around in circles? Silly old shit. Right, nose wheel bay, full engine, and all the bits to go on it. Apparently, the best book to buy for this is the Greek guy who is called Mirage Under the Skin. I think their series is, and what it is he shows you it all. I haven't got the book, so I've not seen it for myself, but I've been told that is one of the best books to buy for reference on the Mirage. So if you wanted to detail this engine better than it is in the kit as it comes, then you could, really go to town on that. I've just noticed that as well. So here's your engine. That's your full engine. And you turn it over, there's nothing on the inside. So you're thinking, oh shit, where the burner goes, there'd be, aha, comes separate. So that goes in there. In there. So hang on a minute, let's just zoom out a bit. So those two bits there you glue together, and then that all slots into there. And then you've got the burner ring. I think that belongs with that, and that belongs with that. That is where your jet exhaust clamps onto that, and then it clamps onto the bottom. I don't think I used that in. I tried to work it out, but for some reason it wouldn't sit properly on the engine, on the kit, on the D, and I think that's why I ended up getting the res kit exhaust at the time, because of that ring there. So there's your wheel door, your front wheel door. That's quite nice. There. Is that focusing? Bloody poxy thing. There. So that's your front wheel door. That's just all the backs of the bits that are on there. So your interior front wheel bay. Yeah, there's the walls. There's the roof. So that's sprue G, which is a big sprue. So that's fantastic, great, brilliant stuff. So that's the next big sprue. And we'll have a little sprue, because what is it? I can't open this. So we go with this end. This looks like it was sealed with a heat gun. Oop. I'll chop my finger off. Right, so in this one, you've got two different noses. So you've got nose with static wicks on there, and a smooth nose. Now, the 5, I don't know if you can make a 5 from this, I don't know. But the 5 just has a point, it doesn't have the pitot tube on the end. But these two, they have the pitot tube on the end. Where that is, I have no idea. That's your tail. So the tail comes as a complete one piece, and you got some nice detail on that. This, what's this? I don't know what this is. I think this is part of the main undercarriage bay. Then you got some little inlets. Don't know. Aerial. Don't know what they are. There's one of the noses with the static, and there's the other noses. There's your fueling probe. That is the canopy jack. These are a couple of boxes that go in the back of the cockpit. So, yeah, but as to what that is, no, I don't know. Don't know. Anyway, I'm sure it'll come to light in the plans. Yeah, that's why I'm leaving them till last, because I hear you all say, hang on, keel. Yeah. Yes, keel plans aren't the best plans in the world. They are a bit all over the place, but we'll soon see, because I can't remember what the these plans were like, but I think if memory serves, they weren't exactly bloody brilliant. So this is both your wings. So you got a nice load of detail on them. Look at them, bloody beautiful. Christ, I'm so... Oh, Mark, can't thank you enough for putting this aside for. I'll tell you, really, really... Yeah, there's your wheel door. The roof of the wheel, and in there towards the airframe. So that's the top of the wing, that's your bottom of the wing. And then you got your weapons tank point, weapon points. Now the slats. Now this is what I did do with the D. Now you see there's a line, there's a ridge, right? On a real aircraft, it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't butt up to a step. So this piece here, the blank piece, has to be smoothed up to the top of there. So you would run a piece of tape down there, piece of tape on there, piece of tape on there, and you would use resin filler to just smooth that up to there. And then when you come to the actual front slat itself, you can just like shimmy until it gets wafer thin, and that's how it sits on that wing. That's how it sits. There's both wings there. Got all the rivet detail you need on them. Both the underside. Ha! I can't believe I've got one, mate. Oh. Model of the damn year for me. Only for me, not for anyone else. Just for me. Just because I've now got something to sit alongside that D. Hopefully, I think he's upstairs in the loft. But yeah, anyway. Well chuffed. Oops. Right, next one. So this particular one, what we got here? Oh Christ, I had a drink on that drive. It's all over the place. Look, all over the place. Got the old cut. Right, so put it over there for a minute. Stay there. Right, on this sprue, we've got the intake housings, the trunks that go inside the intake housings, the shot cones that go on these on the walls of the. So that's your intakes. Here is your front slats. These are your flaps. These are the little canoe pods that hold the flapjacks. These, where do they go? Oh boy, they're on there somewhere. Something to do with the engine. They're to do with these things, I think. Yeah, I think they're to do with them, the inlets. So they fold up front down. Anyway, they're like suction doors. There for your air brakes. There's your air brakes there. That's the bays that go on the bottom. Wheel doors. Antenna area will go on a tail. Those are the little winglets that sit on top of the intakes. Directional airflow winglets. Rear wheel doors, and then other things there. So I'll give you a look at these here. Let's just move it a bit better. So that's the little bays for the air brakes. Then you got your intakes. I mean, look at them. Oh, jeez. This thing is so cool. Oh yeah, these things here. These are the bits that go on the end of the wings. So they have like different variations of it. These here are the little actuator rods for the air brakes. Then you got your flaps. Hey, they're nice. Wheel doors. And the tail aerials. Then your little directional flow vanes that go on the intakes. Slats there. If I turn it over, you see like on the trailing edge of the slat, it's actually quite thick, right? What you got to do is you just got to thin that down. You thin it down from the inside, not the outside. Because if you thin that down on the outside, it's not going to fit properly. There's a little bit of sinkage there on the leading edge, but that can be dealt with. Just run a bit of filler over it, or just give it a smooth over. So yeah, I don't know what they're for, these things. They look like latches to something, but I don't know. This is a trait of kitty hawk, these things here. So on the rear side of things, you have to snap them off, cut them off, because they're a bit of a pain in the ass. Christ, look out, look, I've been invaded by my other ginger kitten. Boo. She's gone. Yeah, was it yesterday? I think I did a video, I think it was yesterday. And I had Fox, who was the little kitten. And today we've got Boo. She's the one who normally sleeps in a box over there. Little so-and-so. And the dog, well, I don't know where he is. I think he's in the front room having a kip. Still better he's in there than out here. Right, so here's the next big spruce. So what have we got here? We've got, what have we got here? So these are all your different tail tops. I think this is the wheel bay interiors for the rear, along with them there. There's your rudder. That's your radar. That's your housings. Your two different types of houses that go on the rear of the fuselage. That's a door for something. I don't know what. These are vents for something. Arrestor hook. Landing gear. Rear of the wings, as the wings meet the fuselage. Two types. So you've got one there with the electronic countermeasures that go on, and one there that doesn't have the electronic countermeasures. Where the electronic countermeasures are here, I don't know. They might actually be on this particular one. Now, here's something. Now, this was on the D, and I thought, well, this is a bit odd. So what it is, as a matter of fact, I'm going to zoom right in here. So this piece here, it had me going. I thought, what the heck is that? You know, 'cause it's a funny old shape. It's kind of like fat at this end and thin at this end. And it's the light that goes in here. Right? It goes in there. And I thought, well, it should be clear. It doesn't come on the clear part, I don't think. I will have a look, but I'm pretty sure it didn't come on the clear part. But they give you it in plastic form. And I thought to myself, well, that's a bit shit. There's the housing for the arrestor hook. There's the PO tube there. Yeah. Well, so there's the spruces, all your different types of tail top. And, yeah. Great stuff. Nicely detailed that you could actually just whack it on, put it together, and not worry about it. You don't have to go to town on tons and tons and tons and tons of money being spent on detailed parts, because it is actually quite good for what it is. Right, what's this next lot here? Is there any more airframe screws? And the answer is no. Right, the last three, well, I say last three, the last 6 sprues that we've got here are, so these are the flare pods and the weapons racks on that one. There's 2 of them. Then you get some weapons like the rockets and the missiles, and I can't remember what that thing is now, but it's like a cruise missile type thing. And some bomb rack carriers, but this, I don't know whether C's carry the bombs. They might do, they might not, I don't know. But it gives you a twin GBU-12 bomb rack, so you can carry two LGB Mark 12s. And then this final one here, this is just your ejector seat and fuel tanks of different sorts. So you've got the centerline ones. I don't know what kind of fuel tanks they are, but they're in there. And then you've got the big ones. These are the big ones. They must be the small ones. I don't know. I don't know what they are. So yeah, and then you've got the pylons for the wing to carry these tanks. Although I do think that's the centre one too. And I'll tell you what, we'll open this one because there are parts of the airframe I've just seen in there. So we'll open one and get one out, but they're both the same. So let's just take one out here. So basically what you got on this one, Golden Bennett, is, so in this corner, you've got part of wherever this is. Could be a fuel tank, could be a weapon, I don't know. You've got something there. Then you've got the top of the seat cushion. You've got a couple of bits, housings of some sort. Then you've got the wheels. Then you've got these two bits here. Like I say, I don't know what they're for. They're for these, I think, as far as I'm aware. They're the weapons. And then as you get on the end, you've got another piece to... that is the electronic countermeasures for the wing. Then you've got your two guns, or three different types of barrels, rudder pedals, and another head-up display. And then on the end, you've got your seat. Not brilliant, but, you know, there's the back of it. There's certain bits that are on it and the rockets to eject you out. Don't know what bit that is. That's the joystick. Checks the seat handle, front wheel, another part to the cockpit. And then a few bits and bobs to go into the cockpit there, I presume, or on the seat. And then, like I say, then you've got the tanks. These two big, heavy tanks, which I've seen them carry. And then, and there's your slat actuator arms, all there. That's the bottom seat cushion, and then part of the gun, the back of the gun. So if you put the gun in, you can, you know, I don't know, I suppose you could display it out of the aircraft as well as in the aircraft. But anyway, that's that sprue. But before we go any further, I just remembered something, and we'll go back and I think we'll open the box up with the stuff in it, which is the glass panel, because remember when I said you get that plastic piece? Right, do you get it in the glass? I can't remember, because I can't remember what I've done with the D. So anyway, you get it in plastic moulded form, the light in the back of the tail. And the answer is yes, you do. There it is there. So hang on, zoom in, number 3, and there it is. That is it there. So I think the front bit goes like a grey colour, and then the rest of it's clear. As to what the rest of it is, I don't know. I think these are, oh no, they're HUD glass, them two. And then, like I say, you've got some other weaponry glass lenses, and then the canopy. So yeah, it's clear. I mean, this is quite a distance away, but if you went down close, look. See? So yeah, not bad. So, well, that's answering my question. Yes, you do get that lantern, bloody candle, isn't it? Light for the end of the tail. Right, let's have a laugh. Put those away. Oh shit, everything's falling off the desk here. So, first things first. There's your photo etch. There's not a lot of it. Don't quite know where any of that goes, but that is it. There's your decal sheets. I won't bother getting them in. There's nothing really special to look at. Just 2 sheets. One for the tails, one for the entire aircraft. Right, so this is your plans. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Yeah. Right, let's have a look here now. So, box art for the cover, and then we're straight in. Let's move that. So it starts off with your seat, straight into the cockpit. then your front instrument panel with your head-up display. Then it all goes into the tub. Do have decals for the cockpits. They're not 3D printed. They're not Quinta or anything like that. They're just decals. If you can't paint cockpits, then use the decals because they're good enough, but they're not majorly accurate. That's all your sprues you get. That's everything you get in a box. Next page, front landing gear. That's what them glass panels are. They're the lights, the front lights, taxi lights. Then your sidewalls to your front wheel bay, and the front wheel bay being built. Putting the landing gear. Right, now, I do remember this from my D build. What you can do, because this has to go in the aircraft, glue this together with just that. Don't put any of that stuff on it. Just use that leg, put it in there, and fold it down. It all goes silver. But it's easier to mask over that when you spray the aircraft rather than having the bloody thing out and you've got to start putting masking tape all over that wheel, which could give you a bit of jip. So that's what I did. There's the gun bay with the gun going in it, and then you've got the barrel going in the end. Start with the jet engine, the burner end, and then the intake end. Then your then your engine's having a few accessories plumbed onto it, bit of wire, this, that, and that. Now, you could go to town on that. You could go to town. You could actually make probably that whole engine and set it on a stand. You'd probably have to build it all. And you could use the res kit burner can and just stick it in the end. And then this, I'm sure you could find something like that to put in the front, not that you can really see it. Then they're putting the guns in and a couple of the vents and the wheel bay, front wheel bay. So when you get to this stage, that's where you don't want that wheel hanging out. You want to be able to fold it flat so that you can, paint the wheel doors and stuff over the top or whatever to get your model painted. And you definitely don't want to be sanding any lines down and then chancing your luck you're going to snap that off and just ruin everything. It will ruin everything. And your intakes. Now, the other thing as well is on the inside of one of these glass pieces, when they come in for refueling, there is a light that lights up the tip of the refueling probe. So it makes life easier to see everything in the dark. They don't provide the light. They provide the glass part to go in, so you have to paint that black. Which, look, because notice how there's no colour call-outs for anything. Kitty Hawk's a nightmare for this. So you'd paint that black, but the bulb on front. Maybe put a dot of silver behind the bulb on this side, on the back of it, so the bulb's on that side. Put the silver dot in the middle, black over it, and then you've got the light that would sharp in the bulb looking silver. And then you just put it onto there. If you have this kit, you'll know what I mean. Those doors for different sides, yeah, they're ram doors. So yeah. And you've got some aerials going on. Probably I wouldn't put them on now. I've learnt my lessons in the past where I've put these things on. Bloody hell, they've snapped off, including these heat pitos and stuff. Just leave them till last. Put them on last. Paint them separate and put them on last. There's the box that goes in that housing. Those doors, it's up to you. You can leave them open if you want. I shut mine. I think I shut both of them on the D. I had them both closed. There's your intakes, housings that go on the rear. Again, glass part. It's the anti-collision light. Just leave it clear. It doesn't tell you to paint it, but it doesn't tell you to paint anything in this damn kit. Then you got a little radar being built and your nose cone going on. parts of the wing, and then the ECM on the end. Then your little wing canoe pods, then your slat runners at the front. And that's your wings going together. Same thing again, the wings. Then you got your... Now there's that ring that I was talking about. That ring. So you put that on that, and then that goes in that. And I thought, I just couldn't get that picking thing to fit. So I gave up, and then that's when I bought the resin exhaust with the burner bit right down in there. And it was easier to do that than try and fiddle around trying to get something like that to fit. There's your two different wings, the one with the electronic countermeasures there and the one without. Depending on which Mirage 2000 you're doing, would determine whether you use that one or that one. That's your different tails as well, so it tells you there which ones to use. There's the glass parts there. And it says the glass parts come in two parts. They don't. It's just one bit. Oh no, it's two different bits. Oh no, right. It is one bit. There's two different pieces. So you either get the wedge-shaped one, which is that one, or that one, which is a bit flatter, which probably just sits flush to the tails. This one bulbs out. Depending on which aircraft again is which one you choose. Then it starts getting a bit more crowded now, so you've got like parts going in the wheel bays, the arrestor housing cover. I don't know what this is. I have seen pictures of this door open when they're on stand, and there's a drip tray sitting underneath it. Yeah, more of that. Rear wheels being built, made. Rear wheel doors, air speed brakes going in. Speed brakes there. Another wheel door with the arms on. That's all going in. Look. And your shroud that goes on your instrument panel is going in there. Scoop that goes on the back. Again, I'd leave these aerials off till last. If you're having these open, don't put the arms in. I remember that they are actually quite stiff. You just put them flush. You might have to, because the speed brake's like that, and the peg that goes there. So it looks like that, and that peg just bangs into the wing like that, goes straight down in there. I think what I did, I think at one point I cut them pegs off and I just put it flat. And then when I came to open it, they're quite tight in the hole anyway, so you don't really need them pegs. And I just put the arm, the servo arm in, and then pushed it on. And left it like that. This refueling boom, they're black. Again, I wouldn't put it on. I'd leave that till last, and then when you come to putting it on the nose where it goes, you just scratch a little bit of plastic. Or if you use something like this is what we call hot glues, so that they literally burn through the paint. So yeah, but I would probably clean it off, because sometimes you can get where it'll burn the paint and all of a sudden you'll get a little black man, and it's actually quite a neat and tidy finish because that thing comes off. This is your tanks and your weapons. Oh, that thing's a gun pod, look. It's like an insect. Put some legs on it and start crawling around your desk. Oh, here's the Apache. I don't know whether that's a cruise missile or whatever it is, but it's called the Apache. So that has got two of them. Two of these 2,000 litre tanks. Two of them. One of them, although there is two, but you only need one because I think that's the centre tank. Then your missiles. That's your bomb rack. Again, I don't know whether 2000s carry bombs, because I think they're like the F-15Cs. Probably got the capability of carrying them, but they're air superiority, so you won't need to. Then you got your Mika missiles, and then this AS-30. That's a big rocket, that. Don't know whether, no, it's not. No, because they didn't carry nuclear weapons. That was the N, because the N stood for nuclear. Then you got a rocket pod. Then your fleur pods, different types of them. Then you got all your actual pylons, and then a Matra Super missile. Then where to put all the pylons. Then what you put on the pylons. That's what goes on there. And then the last page is your weapons loadout. So what goes on what where. And that's your instruction sheet. This is your paint chart. And you've got so many French. I think you've got 6. Well, there's 2. That's the Indian and Brazilian. And you've got a French one with a lady wearing a swimsuit. Righto. Then you've got a Greek one, which is a Greek display. So that's what I mean. Perhaps that pilot's a display pilot, because he's got some display aircraft in it. Then flick it over, and there's a French display one. I'm not too keen on that one. Just it doesn't do it for me, that tail art. But each to their own. Then you've got I think this was his Taiwanese Air Force. You got that. So I think it's Taiwanese. It's bad. But again, look, they don't tell you. You see, that's a 2005, so that shouldn't have that on the nose. It should just be a point. And the 2005 has that static wicks on there as well. As the 2000, like that, doesn't have that nose. And then you got another French one, which is a Desert Storm one. Let's zoom out a bit here. Again, it only gives you the reg there, nothing else. Clueless to what half these. Then you get all your weapons, what colour to paint them. Again, it just shows you. You know, there's no. You do get colour call out on them, but this, there's nothing. So that could be silver, same as that. That could be white, could be grey. I know they're white, I know they're grey. See, that's silver. They're green, what shade of green? I've never seen one of them in silver. Never seen the pylons in silver. And then, last but not least, the last one, which is a standard line bird, I think, but it did go to a tiger meat because of the band. But it's not the best looking tiger meat. So on here, so they do give you like blue-grey, something in bloody Korean or whatever, C42. That could be Mr. Colour. I haven't got a catalogue, not to hand anyway. So it could be the catalogue for Mr. Colour. C137 tyre black. I know flat black is 33 in Humbrol, and it's 33 I think in Mr. Colour as well. Burnt iron 61. Then you get an FS number for the grey there on the nose, and 307. Well, 307 is actually quite a light grey. And then you get 315 for the FS number there. So at least you got those two. So the nose and the base colour for the aircraft. The colour for the whole plane is there, FS 16440. The colour for the nose is there, which is FS 363220, which I think is the dark grey on the F-16. But see here, they're saying that the aircraft underneath is a lighter grey, 36495. Might have been in the old day, but on the new modern ones, I think that light grey. So is it that light grey or is it that light grey? I don't know. And then your blue grey, God knows. But there it is. So that's all your paint plan. Right, last and final thing, Christ, we're knocking on nearly an hour for this one, is the decal sheet. I said I wasn't going to show you, but do you know what? Bugger it. I'll show you. So, Christ, that's the dog snoring. Nice decal sheet. They're all separate decals. Then There's all your stencils for fuel tanks, weapons and aircraft. Aircraft there and there. What did I say? There and there. And then your roundels for it all. Not bad. Not brilliant, but not bad. And then last but not least, this is just the tails. And these are, like I said, with the cockpit. So they're not bad. They're not brilliant, but they're not bad. They're just flat. So when if you're going to use these, then you'll have to flatten the cockpit down a bit, because if it has to conform over everything, then this has just been done to fit on a flat surface, not to conform over the instrument panels that are on there, or the buttons and stuff. You can get it to, but it might go a bit of an odd looking shape, only due to the fact that, like I say, they based it on the fact that you put it on basically like flat card, you know, something like that. Anyway, so there it is, the 132nd Kitty Hawk Mirage 2000C. What you get for your buck. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. And thanks for all your subs. Bye now.